Hey, today we're going to take a look at section 3.1, the rectangular coordinate system. Question 1 says the number of Botox injection procedures in millions in a country over a 6-year period is shown in the graph. So down on the bottom on the x-axis is the year, and on the y-axis is going to be the number of procedures. Question A states for which year was the number of procedures the greatest? Number of procedures was the biggest right here, and that was in year 2. Approximately how many procedures were performed in year 1? Round to your answer to 1 decimal place. Okay, in year 1, here's year 1, here's the point, and I'm going to say that that's about 4.3 million. And part C, which year corresponds to 1.8 million procedures? Okay, 1.8 would be about, let's see, about here. So let's go find that point. It's right here. That would correspond to year 5. Question 2. Recently, the number of housing permits in thousands issued by a county between year 0 and year 6 is shown in the graph. Okay, so the number of housing permits, here's the year, 0 through 6, and here's the number of housing permits in thousands. Part A, for which year was the number of permits the greatest? So we go over to the number of permits over here on the y-axis. Which y number is the biggest? And it's going to be right here. And so we go find that point. And what year was that? That's year 6. Part B says how many permits did the county issue in year 1? Round your answer to the nearest 100. So here in year 1, how many permits were issued? And I would say this is in thousands, so about 5,200 maybe? Maybe 5,300, somewhere in there. Between which years did the number of permits decrease? Okay, I want to know where it decreased. It looks like it goes up there, so that's not it. It looks like it goes up. That's not it. Looks it goes up. This looks like it stays the same. This looks like it goes up. So the only years where it decreases would be between years 0 and 1. So between 0 and 1, it decreases. Between which 2 years did the number of permits remain the same? We just talked about that. That looked like it looks flat, so that would be between years 4 and 5. Which year corresponds to 5,700 permits issued? So 5,700, I would guess, would be about right here. And that looks like year 2. Question 3, the price per share of a stock in dollars over a period of 5 days is shown in the graph. So down on the x-axis is the day. So like on day 1, here's the point. You have the point 1, 90.25. So part A says to interpret the meaning of that ordered pair. So this says on day 1, actually, let me go down and see what the question blank says. On day 1, the price per share was $90.25. Okay, part B, what was the decrease in price between day 1 and day 2? If you look, day 1, it was 90.25 per share. On day 2, it was 89. So the decrease in price would be 90.25 minus 89, which is, I'm going to get a calculator out. Okay, 90.25 minus 89 is 1.25. So the decrease in price was 1.25. What was the increase in price between day 2 and day 3? So from day 2, which was $89 a share, to day 3, the increase would be, what is 90 minus 89? Is $1 per share. All right, question 4. We're going to start plotting points on the rectangular coordinate system. Letter A, go plot the point -7, 0. Something to show you. It's always x, y. When you're looking at your axes, this is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. So when you go x, you're going to start at the origin and you're going to go whatever direction x is. If x is positive, you go to the right. If x is negative, you're going to go to the left. And then you're going to go y direction. So let's go do an example. -7, 0. -7, 0. I'm going to start at the origin. In the x direction, I'm going to go 7. So out to here. And in the y direction, I'm going to go 0. So my point will be right there. The second point to go plot, 0, -7. So in the x direction, I'm going to go 0. And the y direction, I'm going to go -7. My point is right there. Part 3, 6, 2/5. In the x direction, I'm going to go 6. So if I start at the origin, I'm going to go to the right 6, and then I'm going to go up 2/5. For D, -6, 7. Starting at the origin, I'm going to go in the x direction, -6. In the y direction, I'm going to go +7. My point would be right here. Next point, -6, -1/2. So if I start at the origin, in the x-axis, I'm going to go -6. Then in the y direction, I'm going to go -1/2. So I'm going to be right there. 4, -5.5. So if I start at the origin, I need to go in the x direction 4, and then in the y direction -5.5. So 5.5. Question 5. Identify the quadrant in which the given point is found. Okay, I'm going to go draw my axes. In the x direction, I want to go +72, so over here. Then I want to go in the y direction +44. My point is here at 77, 44. Now to label the quadrants, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's always in that order. And I kind of think about it as a big C. This is the coordinate system. So you start in 1, you go to 2, 3, 4. So this point is going to be in quadrant 1. Question 6, refer to the graph and estimate the coordinates of all of these points. So to get to A, I need to go 3 to the right and up 4.5. So I'm going to say 3, 4.5. For B, right here, I need to go right 3.5 and then down 3.5. So right 3.5, down, so -3.5. For C, I need to start at the origin. I need to go left 3, so x is negative 3, comma, y is 0 because it's on the axis. To get to D, I need to go left, so negative 1, comma, negative 1.5. For E, I'm going to go right 2.5 and then down 1/2. So in the x direction, I'm 2.5. In the y direction, I would be negative 0.5. Last one, I need to go left 4.5 and then up 3.5. So I'm going to say it's negative 4.5, comma, 3.5.